Did you grow up with Mego toys? Well, sit back and see some Mego toys you never had because they never got released. Let's look at some unreleased Mego toys. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with a new video. And today we're going to look at unreleased Mego action figures. And I'm not going to waste your time like I normally do, so let's jump right into it and look at an action figure from The Black Hole. Yep, The Black Hole. Remember that movie? Yeah, I was really excited when it came out, and then I was really let down when I went to see it. I thought it was very boring. Now, maybe it's better today watching it, but as a young kid, fresh off Star Wars, it wasn't what I was looking for. And we could have had an action figure of Bob. Remember Bob the robot? Yep, you could have had an action figure of him. We did get his look-alike twin, but we almost got Bob. This magnetic robot Bob figure is a prototype and the only one known to exist. This figure here and all the ones we're looking at today are in the private collection of John Bonavia. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. Anyway, he's a lover and collector of Mego and has a lot of rare items. Again, like this never produced black hole figure of old Bob. But what about Vincent? Everybody remembers that robot, the younger Bob. Well, we did get an action figure of him, but we almost got a 20-inch tall walking robot of him. This thing would have been cool. As you can see here how tall this thing would have been. In 1980, Mego had a plan to release large-sized remote control robots. The first of these planned to be released was Vincent, from of course the Black Hole. And it seems Mego spent about $100,000 getting a working prototype. But it quickly became apparent to Mego that the retail cost of such a toy would be too high for the public. So the line was canceled. Only two of these 20-inch walking tall prototypes were made. One was saved by one of the employees of Mego, who were going to tell us that the other one was destroyed during the last days of Mego. It looks absolutely amazing. I would have loved to see this thing in action. When you think California Highway Patrol, there's two people you think of, John and Ponch. Unless you were more of a fan of the show when Eric Estrada was having a dispute about syndication rights and left the show for 3 episodes. Cause that's when he was replaced by Bruce Jenner. That's right, Bruce Jenner. Bruce took over Eric Estrada's spot for about 3 episodes. And Mego planned to add him to the 80-inch chips line. As you can see here, a head prototype of Bruce Jenner was made. However, with Bruce Jenner's character Steve only being around for 3 episodes, Mego decided it wasn't worth making the figure. And it might be hard to tell here, but the head prototype is bronze. Many of the Mego prototype heads were cast in bronze as a test before production. But that's one motorcycle cop we didn't get. Believe it or not, it's just me, the greatest American hero. We sadly didn't get an 8-inch Mego action figure line of them, although we almost had. And I like the card art here because it kind of looks like Mad Magazine art. As you can see here, we have the greatest American hero himself, and man, what a forehead. Look at the forehead on this thing. Sorry, I got distracted. But here's a close-up of the prototype Ralph. As you can see, he's in his famous red outfit. You like that logo? Well, you can buy it on a shirt at junkmanmerch.com. junkmanmerch.com. And here's another look of Pam in the package. And one of them side by side. I don't know why her blue jean pants come way up above her belly button. Or again, why is that forehead so big? If I was the actress that played this character, I would be very upset. Believe it or not, some of these prototypes were found at a yard sale. I did a whole video on this line, and I'll link to it at the end of this video. Did you know Mego was planning to do an action figure line based on I Dream of Genie? Well, they were. They were going to do an 8-inch figure line. And these would have magic action, which was really just a lever you would use in the back of the figure for the head to move up and down. Although looking at this artwork, it looks like it moves more side to side, or it looks like Genie has 2 heads. I don't really know what they were going for with the whole moving head action. There was even a playset plan for this release, the Magic Wardrobe. It's where Genie would change her clothes. You put her in here, close the door, spin it around, press a button, voila, there's Genie in a new outfit. Really, you would need 2 Genie figures to do this. It's basically the same as the transporter that came with the Star Trek playset, but just retooled here as the Genie Magic Wardrobe. But for some unknown reason, Mego never went ahead with this plan, and in fact the license expired and Remco picked it up and did their own line of Genie action figures. And here's the prototype of the 9-inch Francis figure from Logans Run, the television show. 4 figures would have been released in this line: Logan, Jessica, Rem, and as you see here, Francis. And here's Rem from Logan's Run. I love the metal hand on the figure. Looks really cool. This is also a video I've done before where I talk more about these figures and the planned figures from the Logans Run movie. So check that out. I'll also link to that at the end of this video. And let's look at one more unproduced Mego toy. This would have been part of the Pocket Superhero line. You would have Batman inside of a flashlight. That's right, a Batman who was released in the Pocket Superhero line. This one would be stored in a clear plastic case, which was kind of like the flashlight handle. Using lenses on top of the light, you could beam photos onto your wall. Mego had already done the light beam toy earlier with a Star Trek phaser, but it didn't come with a Captain Kirk in the handle. Sadly, this never got released. Well, that's a look at some unproduced Mego toys. I kind of like looking at these toys we never did get, and who knows, out there in some parallel universe, kids are probably playing with these toys and looking at photos of the unproduced, the Waltons. Well, I want to thank you for watching. As always, thumbs up on my content, subscribe to the channel. We'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.